guess board members can just call in.
Hi there. You want to hold? You ready? All right, hold for me.
Cindy, have you met?
Oh, hi.
Oh, Cindy.
I just really shut it.
You know she. Oh, I'm gonna send you a calendar.
That's crazy.
Hello. You ready? Hold for me.
Can I get your name?
Cindy Melandro. What is it? Cindy?
Cindy?
Melandro.
You don't think so?
Thank you.
Yes, you do.
I wouldn't want to have a baby in my 40s. Our son did it.
I was 35 and 37.
With A's and an M at the end.
My mom was 39 when she had.
Would you read your own page?
I was
Oh my gosh, I have a
Behind
I
everybody.
love that shirt, NASCAR.
Buy a lot.
She's a NASCAR.
There was a
Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Moore. I'm the chair for the Water District. The time is 5:02 p.m. and I would like to call to order the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District regular board meeting this Tuesday, October 24th. That is being held at the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District. Our first order of business is roll call. Again, I'm Dave Moore, chair.
Dorothy Moore, treasurer.
Jed, Jeremy, please hold. Hold it.
Vice Chair, acting Secretary.
State that again, Jed. I had to put you on speaker.
Oh, they're together.
Jed Carter, Vice Chair, acting Secretary.
Thank you.
Oh, so they don't have to show.
Jeremy Bruckner, Member at Large.
You already did, correct? Okay. Jed Carter and Jeremy Bruckner are both telephonic. And for management, we have Bob Hannes, who is our operations manager, and Sarah Rabina, manager of the office. And from the public,
Craig Watts, owner user?
Jerry,
What?
would you introduce yourself, please?
What's my what?
Just state your name would be great for the record.
My name is Jerry Cowslet in your head.
Perfect.
Lane Clayton.
Tom Strezak.
Cindy Melandro.
Eva Burst.
All right, thank you all very much for coming. And our next order of business is reflection time, and we typically have a moment of silence here, so I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Board member reports. I'll start with you, Jed. Do you have anything to report for the board?
I have nothing to report.
Thank you. Jeremy?
I noticed that water traffic is still, like with the freeway project, it's still ongoing as usual. It seems to be not as much what I've noticed.
How many,
But outside of that,
how many trucks a day would you estimate? Just guess.
compared to the 9 to 12 trucks that probably used to go through, or probably maybe down to like 5 to 7, maybe 8. I don't know. It seems to be that they're not pulling as much.
Not as much. And that's 2 shifts, as I recall, right? You have a daytime
Yes.
shift for 12 hours, and
Yeah,
then
so that would be on average of 1 shift, because I'm only kind of on 1 shift. But
oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not staying up all night and all day watching.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
Okay.
Got a nap somewhere.
Okay. Anything else?
I have nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Dorothy, do you have anything to report?
No, I didn't notice at the post office or anything.
I did.
You did? Okay.
Oh, okay. The agenda posted at the post office, at the water office, on the website, as well as a couple Facebook pages. I'm rotating those now. I figure the people that watch, for example, Black Canyon Bulletin Board probably also watch Black Canyon Bulletin better, and maybe even the Peeps, etc., etc. So every month I kind of switch it up and at least pick 2 or 3 and put the agenda on those sites, and then the next month I'll do it on different sites.
Is it still posted at the post office every month? It is.
We don't have that bulletin board anymore. The post office head honcho made the post office take that down. But we do still post it there. It's over on that other board.
Thank you.
I have a few items. The open position for transcriptionist is still available. That is a paid position, and we really would like to find somebody that is computer literate, that has like Microsoft Word. Your name comes to mind, Jerry.
I have 4 businesses. I really don't have.
That was a joke. But if you do know of anyone, the district would really appreciate that. Because,
Actually, I do.
do you? Because Sarah's been doing this, and this is a paid position because it doesn't take just a half an hour or an hour.
I will assume that you want somebody that can hear.
Yeah.
I actually do have someone in mind. I was not aware the position was open.
Yeah, it is, and anything you could do if you bump into somebody, that would be fantastic. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that. We received between the last board meeting, the 25th, I believe, of September, and this board meeting, a letter from our Arizona State Representative, Selena Bliss, that had a list of questions, probably 8-10 roughly, that were on topics that had been discussed at previous board meetings, but they were legitimate questions. And she wanted answers to those by the 20th of this month. So rather than calling and they were all things that were public record at this point. So Sarah put together a draft. I reviewed the draft. I had one other board member review the draft. There were very few changes to what the draft was. Anyway, that letter was put together. Sarah signed it. I signed it from the board, and another member of the board, Jed Carter, who is also the acting secretary, signed it. And that letter went back to the state representative on the 16th or 17th. Something like that. The 16th or 17th. We have not heard back from Representative Bliss at this point. But if we do, we will update the board and the public. Nor if it had arrived at a different time and coincided with a board meeting and we had more time to respond, it would have been an agenda item. But that is the way that was handled. The next item that I have is we have, for anyone that wants to listen to the recording of the board meeting, an MP3 player that we purchased because we have had a member of the public that wanted to listen in the office. We only have one computer, so we can't tie that up. So we purchased that. So anyone that wants to listen to a copy of the recording is more than welcome to come in and listen to that. Won't take more than a couple days to download it from here to there. That is the end of my board report. Agenda item 4 is the approval of the September 26th regular board meeting minutes. Jed, you received a copy of the minutes. Do you have any changes or corrections?
I did received a copy, and no, I didn't notice any changes or corrections that needed to be done.
None. Okay, Jeremy, thank you.
Yes, I received a copy of the minutes, and no, I did not see any corrections at the end.
Okay, Dorothy, did you bump into anything?
No, I didn't.
I obviously did not either, otherwise I would have written on it. So if there are no changes or corrections, I'll make a motion to approve the September 26th, 2023 regular board meeting minutes. May I have a second?
I second that.
Jeremy Bruckner seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That was Jen.
Hmm?
Thought it was Jen.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Agenda item 5 is the Treasury Financial Report for approval as of September 30th. Dorothy, would you give us a recap of that?
Okay. Financial Management Report for approval as of September 30th, 2023. QuickBooks balances for all bank accounts as of September 30th, 2023. The total on accounts. Beginning total $587,059.11. The ending total $599,982.77. That's a positive difference of $12,923.66. Also, 2 monthly cash management reports are attached showing actual total receipts deposited all sources in September. $50,277.84. And there was general journal cash account entries. There was a September 23rd deposit on audit number 21179. Correction was made on 10/14 for $100. Less monthly scanner fee of $45. Bank of the West merchant fees of $382.12. Return check of $103.47. Actual total disbursements for the month in August at $36,923.59. Total all accounts balancing with above reconciliation of $12,923.66. The September billing total was $54,149.84. The September gallonage was 5,444,000 gallons. The previous month was 5,708,000 gallons. September 2022 comparison was 5,380,000 gallons. Total for fiscal year 2023-2024 was 16,639,000 gallons for 3 months. The previous 2022-2023 comparison was 17,027,000 gallons. Financials include QuickBooks invoices 3376 to 3398, enhanced audits number 21134 through 21204 with the accounts receivable in both enhanced and QuickBooks balancing at $42,481.06. Credit and debit card payments, there was a total of 104 transactions processed. Batch number 340 to 360, there were 58 debits and 46 credits. The total process was $8,896.09. Review of all audit adjustments was done. Delinquent and penalty fees posted. Final reads, refund of security deposits, rereads, correction, turn on, turn offs. There were no impact fees processed in September. Attached are the monthly general journal entries for approval, respectfully submitted by Sarah Rabina, Management, and Dorothy Moore, Treasurer.
Thank you, Dorothy. Appreciate that. Any questions, Jeremy?
No, I have no questions.
Jed, you have any corrections or errors?
No.
No questions? Okay. I know you don't.
No.
The total actual disbursements month of August of $36,923.59. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I got my own error there. I don't have any corrections either. May I have a motion to approve the financial management report as of September 30th, 2023? Hey, Jed, Jeremy, still with me?
I make a motion to approve the financial report.
No, that's Jeremy.
No. I cannot tell them apart. Okay.
I'll second the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're out of sync.
Little.
All right. Agenda item number 6, the operations report. Bob?
Okay, we had 34 work orders, we completed 34. So that included 1 turn off, 3 meter valve box repair replacements, 3 mainline service line breaks or leaks repair, 1 well booster pump system repair, 26 meter reads or final reads, and then 0 pressure conditions and 0 customer service. So we had a turn off on AM Black. That was for repair work that needed to be done. They didn't have an isolation valve on their side, so we assisted them with that. Then we had 3 meter valve box repairs. 1 was just to clean out the box. We had to trim some trees around 1, and then we replaced a meter on AM Black. It wasn't functioning properly, so they replaced the meter. We had 3 leaks, 2 at the meters, or 3 that we investigated. 2 of them are at the meter that we, on our side, so we repaired those. 1 on Phyllis and Kings Way, and then another one on Phyllis that was on the customer side, and they dealt with that. We had some work at the booster pump station at Oasis. We repaired a chlorine, or not the booster pump, a well station. Oasis, we repaired the chlorine line. We had 22 rereads. Of the 22,
I'm sorry, Bob, would you start that over again?
the
for
meter
me?
reads, we had meter read / final. We had 22 of those. 15 of them were okay. 7 of them we had issues with, and we worked it out with Sarah, and they given a credit.
I apologize, I thought I turned my sound off before the meeting started. I do apologize.
No problem. That's like my ringtone too. I thought my phone was ringing.
And then we had 4 final reads. One of them
Finals.
in escrow, and then the other were just requests for final reads. 86 blue stakes. Just really kicking our butts.
Cox?
Butts.
Cox Internet?
Yes.
It is Cox, isn't it?
Cox, yep.
Cox last month too, huh?
Yep. And so these guys are just, it's nonstop.
It's a ridiculous number of blue stakes.
Yep. And
You
so
could hire a guy full-time doing nothing but that.
So anyways, they're Joe and Jimmy show. They're knocking them out as they can. Pink slips, we had 49 of them. The arsenic sample is actually taken in September. We reviewed that last board report. We are below the MCLs, which is good. We did do the 2 Bac-T samples on 1010. Both of those came back absent, which is good for bacteria. The state came out in September and they ran the PFOS, PFOA, PFBS. It's all of the forever chemicals that are coming down the pipeline. We were non-detect on all of them. One of the issues that the lab runs into is the PFBS/PFNA. The detection limit is 1.8 parts per trillion. The lab can only get down to 1 part per trillion. So, as the EPA is working on potential limits, the labs, the potential limits have gotten lower and lower, and the labs can't keep up with what they're requiring. So it takes 6 months a year for the lab to catch up and get the technology to get as low as the EPA wants them to get. But it is positive that we are less than. There are a lot of systems that are coming back that they're positive for these forever chemicals, which then means a treatment system. So we're sitting pretty good there. We reported the TTHMs and H5s and lead and copper last time. We are sitting good there. The well levels, the water level in the well, I should say, are sitting steady. We're right at that 21, 22 range, so they're holding pretty good, which is awesome to see that we made it through summer and things are steady. Big John well number 3, we're still reviewing and trying to figure out where exactly we want to go with all that. So, and that is what I have.
Thank you, Bob. Jed, do you have any comments?
No, I don't have any comments at this time.
Okay, Jeremy?
No, I have no comments on that.
None. I have a few questions on the forever chemicals, Bob.
Okay.
I had notes written all over this thing because this is all brand new. You and I talked about testing for PFOS and PFOA months ago.
Yes.
And I believe, as I recall, you told me roughly, you talked to the lab and it would cost us roughly $2,000 per well site. So it would be $6,000 to test our system for forever chemicals, the ones that we were looking at. This new designation of PFBS and PFNA, never heard of, never seen it in writing. What is it?
It's the acronym for the forever chemical, so it's a poly.
Okay. Okay.
Blah.
So, in other words, it might as well be another designation other than PFOA and OS. Although it could be a conglomerate of a dozen different, right?
Yes. Yep. So like
I suspect that is several chemicals in that.
it's actually a list of about 20 chemicals.
20.
Between those 3 results, yes. Between the PFOA, the PFOS, the PFBS, the PFNA, there's about 20 chemicals that they look at.
Okay. Next question I have is, you say state. Are we talking ADEQ or ADWR?
ADEQ came out. And so after we discussed it and we found out it was a couple grand per sample, about 2 months later the state was starting to make phone calls about coming out and testing all of the systems.
Got no charge.
At no charge.
Glad we held up.
Yeah.
Because we were only going to do one site to see if we had any detect.
Right. Yep.
which we should be looking out for the public health and these things. You can't get rid of the forever chemicals.
Correct. Yep, and so it's an activated carbon system or RO if you have it in your water.
Okay.
That's how they're treating it at this point. And again, and this is all kind of coming down the pipeline. EPA has not put it into effect yet. They're still trying to figure out how they want to manage it. And as the EPA starts getting the wheels moving a little quicker, technology will come on board and be able to handle these or treat them easier, better, cheaper, hopefully.
Well, if the EPA/ADQ were to institute this requirement now, it would, from everything I've read, this would be hundreds of thousands of dollars per well site.
Mm-hmm.
So, times 3.
Yep.
It'd be $1 million to treat these chemicals.
Probably.
Last question I have is, you say under 4, the limits on most of this is 4 parts per trillion.
Right.
And you show all of these results as under 4. Isn't there anything more well defined?
No, because
The lab just goes.
they can't see below 4 parts per trillion. So they just
Okay.
go less than, because they can't see 0. So except for the bacteria, most of the constituents that we analyze for, there is a threshold that they can't see below that. There's a 4. So it's always reported as a less than. So if we look at our lead and copper samples, most of our copper samples are less than. I don't have them broken down here, but most of them are less than, so they don't, you just can't say 0, because they can't see 0 with 100% confidence.
Okay. That's all of my questions. This is the first time I ran into it. I just want to make sure I understood that. Thank you, Bob. If there's no other questions, I'll make a motion to approve the operations report from September 23rd through October 20th. We have a second.
I'll second it.
Was that Jed or Jeremy? Jed. Jed seconds.
And Dorothy
Thank you.
thrown in too.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item number 7, discussion and possible approval of the Water Angel program. We discussed this briefly at the last board meeting last month. I could not find my notes. Did we bring up last month having a committee established?
No.
We did not. Since I did not have a completed draft of this, I would like to discuss whether we want to establish a committee, maybe of 3, to evaluate the recommendations from the public on who could receive funds to help them with the water bills.
So are you speaking of 2 board members and me, or are you speaking 3 members from the public?
I don't want the board to touch it personally, but that's just my opinion. Jed, Jeremy?
You're stating to establish a committee as
Yes.
far as 3 members from the community,
The
from the district?
the one that knows the most about customers that could use a little help with paying bills would be Sarah. So she would be more or less the lead of the committee. That's just an idea I had, so that she could give the other 2 members of the public, whoever they may be, volunteers, the information on how many customers are in need of help, number one, and the available funds, number two. She has both of that pieces of information. And then collectively have those three. What's your thoughts on that, Sarah?
That's fine.
What's your thought, Jed? Jed? What's your thoughts on establishing a committee for the Water Angel program?
Maybe you
Is Jen there? This is Jeremy.
Oh, okay, well then I'll go to you. What's your thoughts on the Water Angel program as far as having a committee established?
I feel that would be better for the district, especially keeping the board off of it. Just keep it up between office management and the district, members of the community.
So you think that would be acceptable? Okay. Okay.
That's the question.
Sarah, please.
Did you say you have some type of a outline as far as what you're basing this off
I
of?
didn't bring it.
Okay, but you do have something, so.
I did not bring it because I didn't like it
Oh, gotcha, okay.
at the last minute. You know,
Yeah, there's
so-
some guidelines, I mean, right now, there's a number of people who, you know, because I tell you all the time, you know, people who, with big hearts say, can I help somebody? And so, you know, they have given money and I have put it to the customers that I feel are most in need. And it's as simple as that, but this is kind of different because you're saying you're getting, seed money from, was it the mine
The mine.
company? You know, so there's money that, you know, maybe it needs to be, I don't know what your criteria would be. Is it the person who, I mean, there could be the little old lady who only owes $100, but her income is, you know, hardly anything versus somebody else who maybe is much bigger, but has much more income. So even though they're behind, you're gonna have to tell me what you're wanting us to use, you know, for determining who is the most needy.
I see.
If we're gonna have a committee.
So criteria outline that the committee should consider.
And such as, you know, there's a number of people who the board has already given me authority to do a tier rate adjustment when they have some catastrophic leak for whatever reason. You know,
Sure.
not anything that they had intended. And so they at least get that from the district in that, and they still have to pay for the water, but it's at the lowest tier rate because the more water you use, the higher the rate is. So that's a big help.
Sorry, quick interruption.
Sure.
I just got a message from Jed. He said that he lost signal to have Dave call him again.
Thanks.
All right, hang on just a second. I want Jed's opinion as well.
Hello?
You with me?
Yes.
We are on the Water Angel program that we discussed last month. Was a good idea, so we were gonna move forward with it. And the next step was me getting a draft of an outline, more or less, of what the board and management could look at and offer input. The last thing we were talking about was establishing a committee of 3, possibly, that would be in charge of analyzing the number of individuals that have been suggested by owner users, by members of the public, needing help and may have donated money in that cause. And Sarah would be and lead that committee, and then she knows of a couple people that donate money
To assist.
to assist. So those people would be in charge of that, and they would report back to the board what happened with it. What's your comments, Jed?
I think that's great, as long as it's members of the public.
Yeah, no board members.
Right.
Right. Okay, all right.
You know, the only thing I have a problem with that is giving out customer information to other members of the public. That's not something we normally do.
Oh, no, this is account number only.
Okay, okay.
No, this is account number only. And then you're gonna have to talk globally to them about the situation with the customer, because they won't know. But you'll know if they're single, you'll know what kind of income they have. Well, I mean,
I'll get that little crystal ball out and I'll
Well,
get all that
I mean-
information for you.
you know a lot of it,
Yeah, of course.
having done this 23, 24 years. Okay. All right, I would like,
Can Jeremy make a comment or ask you a question?
I don't even know, Jeremy, do I still have you?
No, I said Jerry. She was, you wanted to ask.
I have a suggestion. The committee should never have any information on anybody in town. The committee should just be setting up a setup where somebody can apply for funds. It doesn't mean they'll be approved, only the board can approve those. But maybe every month allow people to fill out an application, hey, I need help with my water bill, this is what's going on, kind of thing. And the board would have to review it, or the committee would, or the management would have to review it, present to the board maybe the top 3 or 5 that seem to be the most qualified, and contact those people. But at no point should a committee have any information on individuals in town.
They won't. The only thing they'll have is a count number. That's what we had discussed before. They'll have a count number and a little bit of background as known, or that the individual that requested help put on the form.
Yeah, most people requesting help really don't want that to be common knowledge.
It won't be.
Okay.
It
That's all
won't
I
be.
was wanting to clarify.
But she will have to know who it is.
She knows who's paying their bills anyway.
Well, that's what I mean. She needs to know who it is, otherwise she can't apply the credit.
Right,
Yeah, we're all on the same page.
okay, I just,
No, nobody will know
it kinda
who it
sounded
is.
like you were going to give information on people in town. Oh, no.
Oh, no. The board doesn't even need that. They just need the account number.
Right.
That's what the committee's for.
That makes more sense. Thank
Okay. I'd like to table this until the November meeting and take it up again. I think it's too important to push it beyond that. And I'm part of the reason why I want it tabled is because I didn't have something I was comfortable with for this meeting. Jed, Jeremy, any other comments?
I think you need to merge with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Hey.
You guys are a pain, you know that?
Hey, I'm not the one running that side of it.
Nope, he's bad.
I'm not sure if there's anybody running this side of this phone
Confirm you have
fiasco.
both of them.
Oh, I have them both
Oh, okay,
now.
you can tell.
Jed,
I'm here, Jeremy's here.
Jeremy, when did I lose you?
When you clicked over to call Jed back, you never merged me back on the line.
Okay, you know about establishing a committee, correct?
Yes, I heard that part.
That's about as far as we got, and
Okay. So you're repeating what?
I repeated it all for Jed, pretty much.
Okay, check.
All right, we're on the same. Do you have any other comments?
I don't know.
Is the board agreeable to table this until November? table. Agenda item number, thank you, gentlemen. Agenda item number 8, we have a customer complaint for account number 2027, and I did put Jerry's name on it because I knew she would be here to discuss it.
Yes.
You have the floor if you
Okay.
would
I
kind
am
of
going to
update
stand
us.
up because I prefer that it be stated out. First of all, I sent a certified letter to the board, which I'm assuming all of you have had an opportunity to read. I did get a response, and Sarah, thank you very much. She did give me the information I requested. And I have in fact filed a claim with the district's insurance. If you'd like the claim number, I do have it right here.
They have it.
We have it.
You do have it?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, couple things on this. My water meter evidently had not been read for some time. And we went down and I used my basement and garage mostly for storage. We went down into the basement and garage approximately, give or take, around October 1st, and we found 2 inches of standing water, not to mention personal property damage. We began tearing out the ceiling because it was coming from up above, and found that the leak was in fact from the dishwasher to the sink. Normally when a dishwasher will leak, it will leak out onto the kitchen floor. However, my kitchen is above the basement and garage, and so it leaked down instead of out, causing massive damage. I do currently have contractors coming out to give me a bid on what it's gonna cost. Right at the moment, part of my, the west side of my kitchen is starting to sink down into the basement. I have black mold coming up the walls in my kitchen. I've had to tear out, when we were tearing out the ceiling, trying to find the leak, we were pulling out rat nests. So the water drew the rats in, and now my house is infested with rats, which is not fun to live with. At any rate, I have heard from the water district up there, and I filed a claimant's report. However, as of today, I have not heard from operations insurance carrier to file a claimant's report there to see if they can work together. But we are looking at extensive damage in my home as a result of the water leak. And I cannot, in case the question comes up, file a claim on my own personal homeowner's insurance. It was a leak, not a busted pipe. There is a difference. Consequently, my homeowner's does not cover, and I'm having to revert back to your insurance since you are responsible for reading the meters. Okay, that's my thought process behind it. I am also going to respectfully ask that the board, because I'm sure I have a hefty water bill coming, that the board will work with me on getting the bill paid. I will pay it in full. It just might take a little more time because I have not seen it, nor do I know what's showing on it. But I do appreciate the cooperation to date. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jerry. On the bill, if it was,
I don't remember what it was. I did get them mailed out today after 12, so they should be in your box
In the morning?
by tomorrow. But yes, and this, what I had talked about earlier about a tier rate adjustment, just like I am able to offer that to other people. You know, this is a leak, so this is something that I can do the tier rate adjustment, which will bring that down considerably.
I don't mind paying for water I use. I have no beef whatsoever with that. I just want to make sure that I can pay it in a timely fashion and that everything will be paid for. But I may need some time. I don't know what the bill is. I've not seen it.
And off the top of my head, I don't.
So I'm just assuming it's going to be pretty hefty.
Yeah, I think it was. That I remember.
Like everybody else, I live on a budget.
yeah, don't we all? Sarah typically, if you're unaware, sets up a payment plan for this kind of scenario. So,
I know she worked one out for my husband several years ago.
oh really?
Yeah, there was a leak in his bathtub and somebody was gone for vacation. We didn't know about it for several weeks until we got the water bill. before we even got the water bill, Sarah called my husband and said, "Your bill is blah, blah, blah." Whoa! What happened there? We went in and we found the problem, corrected it, and made payments. I think it was over 90 days, if I recall correctly. But I would like the board to consider working with me on getting this thing paid.
Have you had any feedback from the insurance company as far as coming out to take pictures?
They have not yet. They did send me a text this morning at 7 o'clock, and they asked me to agree to their terms and conditions. So I read the terms and conditions. And the second paragraph in says, if you accept these terms and conditions, you give up any rights. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to accept that. And I'm no. But I have not heard from them yet. Normal insurance procedure is to contact you as the policy holder and get a statement from you. Contact me, take a look at the damage, make a determination. And they have up to 30 days by state law to either accept or deny liability. Which puts it, I believe, to November, I think it's November 18th. So I'll figure it out. In the meantime, I am getting contractors to come out and give me estimates on what the repairs are going to be. So we'll find out. I don't have any answers back on that yet.
Okay, great. Thank you. Did you have a question for operations?
Yes, I'd like to know what his insurance information is so I can file a claimant's report.
I did send that
You
to
did,
Sarah.
yes. I think the standard procedure though is it usually goes, it would go through
The standard procedure, what?
would be that it's the water district. That's-
Okay, well,
You're filing it.
I have filed a claimant's report, so
yeah.
we'll see where that goes.
Yes, there you go. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll see
Okay,
how
they'll
that
get in touch
turns.
with me.
Yeah, they better. Okay, all right. And you'll communicate with Sarah once you hear.
Yeah, I did when I sent her an
Okay,
email
okay,
back and thanked
okay.
her for her quick response and gave her the claim number, I believe.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I
I
did
got
get and I did get an email from the insurance company, but just, I think just acknowledging that they had received the claim. So they didn't ask any questions or ask for a statement or anything else.
Okay,
Thank you, Jerry.
thank you.
Coming up on agenda item number 9, letter of intent for board position. We have received a letter of intent. I can get to it here, from Randy Rabina.
Yeah, hold on.
You realize your light is on now?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. All right. Oh, I think I lost it.
Well, you know what his number is, get him back.
Yep, all right, you're on speaker here, Dave's here.
Alright, thank you.
Randy, how are you?
Good.
Good. We're on agenda item number 9, your letter of intent for a board position.
Okay.
I'd like to read the letter if that's acceptable to you.
That will be fine.
Okay. Randy Rabina, please accept this letter of intent to serve on the board for Black Canyon City Water Improvement District. I reside in Black Canyon City and am a required registered voter. My resume below speaks for itself, and in the 22 years serving the district, I always had the best interest of the district in mind. Because my wife Sarah and American Country Homes is still contracted for the office management, to set aside any concerns, I will recuse myself from any voting that would come up involving American Country Homes Incorporated. More, I would not ask to be a signer on any of the bank accounts. I have great respect for the current board and am most pleased with the new field operations management being provided by Bob Hannes and Western Environmental Technologies. It would be an honor to continue to serve the district as a member of the board. And then you go into your history going back to 1967. I'm going to just recap it if that's okay with you, Randy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so from 1967 to 73, you were in the Marine Corps serving in Vietnam, and you were discharged in 1973, and you held the rank of Lance Corporal, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You were a licensed plumber prior to moving to Arizona. From 92 until 2000, you were a licensed Arizona realtor. And 94 to current, you're the co-owner with your wife of 50 years of American Country Homes and Arizona Corporation in good standing, etc. You originally developed and sold homes through 2000. It was in 1999 that you were awarded the management contract for Black Canyon City Water Improvement District. Contract was renewed multiple times, and before the expiration date of July of 22, you requested to retire from the field operations portion of the contract due to a stroke you suffered during the K-Field project that you were doing for the water district in June of 21. That's a pretty good summary of that. Do you have anything to add, Randy?
No. I mean, I've done a lot more. I've owned a lot more companies, but no sense making it 10 pages long.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is a pretty good recap. Jed, do you have any questions for Randy? Oh, don't tell me I lost you, Jed.
No, I have no questions. No, I'm here.
Jeremy, you got any questions?
No, I have no questions. Straightforward.
You both know Randy, correct? Oh, I know you
Yes.
do, Jed. You've been on the board.
Yes.
Okay. You feel he'd be a good fit?
Yes.
How about you, Jeremy?
Yes, I feel he'd be a good fit.
Good fit? Dorothy?
Yes, I think he would, and he knows so much about the whole water system and everything. He would be,
Bob?
No, I think you'd be a good asset.
Good asset?
Yep.
Not gonna ask you.
I object.
I know. Okay. Since I have no objections from the board, I think Randy would be an excellent fit. I've worked with Randy for years when he was operations management. Sometimes he even listened to me, so that was good. Well, if nothing further, I'll swear you in, Randy.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, you have just follow me.
Okay.
That's all you have to do to get on the board.
I, Randall J.
I, Randall J. Urbana,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will
I'm sorry, J.
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the State of Arizona,
and the Constitution and laws of the State of Arizona,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of Black Canyon Water Improvement District Board Member.
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District
Board.
according to the board.
According to the best of my ability, so help me God.
According to the best of my ability, so help me God.
All right. Thank you, Randy.
Marine Corps.
Round of applause. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. I wish you were in town so we could do this in person.
Well, I had to slaughter some beef. All the restaurants here are running out of steaks.
Ha ha ha.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're just gonna keep you on since you were sworn in, but
Okay.
just sit quiet.
Yeah, just don't say anything. Agenda item 10, Bank of the West.
Did you have a
No.
motion? Did you have a motion and
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hang on.
I make a motion to approve the appointment of Randall J. Rubina to the board of the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District. May I have a second?
I'll second. Jed Carter seconds.
Jed Carter, seconds. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Tried to slide that one by you. Agenda item 10, Bank of the West, which is now BMO, authorized signers. Sarah, that's all you.
Yep. Yes, Bank of the West was bought out by BMO, so we do need to do new signing for them. Originally, they said they would all have to go up to the bank to do this all at one time together, and then I had a problem with my scanner since the changeover, so I was having to take the deposits up to Mayor, and when I had been up there the last time, the gal came over to me and she said they had gotten it approved, they just needed minutes to show who the signers are, and then they will be able to do the paperwork, and then I should be able to just give it to each of them separately and then get it back to them. So that would be the four, not Randy is recusing himself from being a signer, so it
Yeah.
would just be the four of you now that would be authorized.
Jed, Jeremy, Dorothy, I, no Randall. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So I guess we should probably have a motion because they need the minutes. So a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to approve the four signers of David Moore, Dorothy Moore, Jeremy Bruckner, and Jed Carter. May I have a second?
I make a motion to second that. Jeremy Bruckner.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, sir. Agenda item 11, customer notification, meter removal, account 799. Everybody got this information in their board packet. You have it, Jed and Jeremy, and Dorothy and I have it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, I have a customer who has a vacant lot. He's had a meter installed from almost the time that he purchased the lot. And some time back, when he sent in a payment, he said he did not want to be on standby anymore. I did call him up and I said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And we talked about, if he didn't continue on standby at any point in the future, be it him or if he sells the lot and somebody else buys it, they would have to pay the impact fees all over again. And I did send him, there is a form letter that we send out. And so I didn't hear from him, so I thought, all right, I'll send out this request. He had sent me a note and he had signed the note, So I'm thinking he already did that, it just wasn't the formal document, so he has never returned it. So one of two things, we just remove the meter since it was already discussed, he already is aware of it, or we send out the certified letter and go that route, and it's just giving another 30 days. I mean, the meter's been off, there's no water used, it's just a vacant lot, so just didn't know for sure which way we should go on that, and either way is fine by me.
So you sent one certified letter?
No, I haven't sent any certified letters.
Well, I mean, one letter. You did send this form.
I sent him that form and
Yeah.
asked him to please.
It hasn't returned.
Yes, and the note with it said, either pay what's due or sign this and return it. And I haven't gotten the check since and haven't gotten the form back.
Well,
Did I understand you correctly?
so you didn't mention the impact fee and costs associated with the new meter, did you? The
When
cost
we talked, I certainly did.
with this
The
gentleman?
customer.
Okay, okay.
And
So-
then, like I say, and then the form itself also,
Oh, yeah.
but he has not returned it, so.
Well, I think the certified letter is the next step, and wait, if he doesn't sign for it, in 30 days, it should be brought back to the board, because I don't think,
Well, no, it would just get removed then. The board is authorizing, send the 30-day letter. If he doesn't do anything, then we would just remove the meter.
I didn't take that leap. That's not what I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Jed, Mr. Carter,
Yes.
are you in favor of sending the certified letter on this account, and if we hear nothing back, pulling the meter?
Yes, that way at least he has a fair notice.
Okay,
And he's aware of all the stipulations surrounding this matter, correct?
Yes, he already is, but
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with sending a certified letter rather than just, pulling a meter.
okay. Jeremy?
I would suggest sending a certified letter as well. Give him a little bit more time. And maybe do a follow-up as far as with the disconnect notice, the request. Just because that's the property owner's signature, so it's kind of unbinding him, but binding him from contract.
yeah, he's never
We
returned.
don't want-
Yeah, Jeremy, he's never returned the form. He sent me a handwritten. He sent me a handwritten note saying he no longer wanted to have the connection on standby.
See.
But when I sent this form, he never returned it.
Yeah, so if you just send the 30 day, send that notice, our certified mail, that we would normally send before we go through a disconnect and removal process. I mean, I would assume that would pretty much keep us, kind of like, sorry, we're not doing anything just because he hasn't responded,
Okay.
I think that little extra time would kind of protect the board and the district.
No, that's good.
Your thoughts?
They've covered everything.
Okay. I'll make a motion to send the certified request for disconnection of water service to account number 799 and wait a minimum of 30 days after receipt. After he signs.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Who is that?
It sounded like Jed to me.
That's Jed, right?
Yes.
Jed
sir.
Carter.
Yep.
Jed Carter seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 12. We have a few minutes. Well, we're a little past due, but we have a few minutes if anybody would like to make any comments prior to this. So, however, the members of the general public can address the board and make comments, suggestions, or complaints on the above matters or any other issue related or matter of concern during public call. Those wishing to address the board need not request permission in advance. Board action during public call is limited to individual members responding to criticism by the public, directing staff or a board member to study the matter, or placing the matter on a future board agenda. Yes, Greg.
Okay, I took notes during the meeting and on number 6 for operations. When you talked about Forever Chemicals, is one of the Forever Chemicals pharmaceuticals?
No, this is the plastics that they've been dealing with.
Okay, because I know in treated water, they can't get rid of pharmaceuticals, and the only way, like you said, is RO, reverse osmosis. I was just curious, but
that's more of the wastewater side?
Yeah,
yeah.
But reverse osmosis for us would be unaffordable. That would be out of the question. Okay. Number 7 on establishing the committee for the Angel program for delinquent water people. I think everybody that qualifies, because some people are going to say I didn't hear about it, you might want to send them registered mail, so they have to sign that they know that they are have the opportunity, and whether they choose to respond or not, that's up to them. But if they don't, you have it down that they were sent a certified letter and they didn't reply. And another thing, let's say there's 20 people that qualify, and they all have different income levels, different family situations. Instead of picking A, B, C, and D, who most gets it, I think if you did it equal amongst them all, like they all got like $20 a month off their bill, instead of just forgiving them or whatever. Just whoever qualifies, they all get a set amount. That's just, that way they can't claim that people are having favors done. That's just a suggestion, however. Okay, and then for the position that was filled today, I didn't hear what the job description is. I didn't hear what position on the board is being filled. And we've had questions in the past about nepotism, and now we've got another family member coming on, so evidently that's not an issue so far. But I just wanted to bring that to the attention. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Watts.
Jerry was waiting.
No, I think she was
I
just here.
depend on lip reading, so I need to stand and see the people. That's all it is. I'm not trying to be disruptive in any way.
No. You're fine. You're fine, Jerry. Yes, Ms. Clayton.
I have a couple of comments. One being, I would like the board to put on the agenda if board members are going to be required to return to in-person participation in the meeting, or if we're at telephonic attendance and on an unlimited basis. I find it to be not only incredibly ineffective, but terribly unprofessional. The other, I would like the board or RED to address why there are so many meter rereads. What is the process for reading meters, and why over the last couple of months has it been going up? And the other would be, if the board is not going to attend in person, I would like the board to address how to read and where the procedure process is as to how board members get information when they're only appearing telephonically. And then next, I, with Greg, adamantly am opposed to another family member, especially one who worked for the district. I find it a very serious conflict of interest. I find the nepotism truly offensive, and the nepotism is just getting deeper. And I'm sure the board knows that there will be owners, users who vehemently pursue having this disallowed. So,
Thank you for your comments. That is all the time we have. The time is 6:10 p.m. Meeting's adjourned. Our next board meeting is November 28th. Thank you all for attending.
Is that over Thanksgiving weekend? 2 days before Thanksgiving?
It's following week, actually.
Dave, can I respond to the meter reading?
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's
Elaine,
after the meeting.
I don't think that's proper. I think it can be only discussed on it as an agenda item according to the rules.
oh, I thought I could respond based on,
No, it has to be
Oh,
on the
okay.
agenda in order to be
Okay.
compliant.
then I won't say anything.
Well, I just want to make sure that the rules are followed, and I don't want to participate in not doing that.
Kathleen, I don't mean to be rude, truly I don't, but it is perfectly acceptable under Arizona state statute for a board member to attend telephonically. They cannot miss.
Wait, and I appreciate your feedback, but I want to hear this from the board. Jerry, I
Okay,
appreciate your
I'm
knowledge and
sorry, I
such,
apologize.
but again, this is a board
But
issue
that
that
is
needs to be
state
addressed per agenda item and not just an after conversation. Because the board meeting's over, and the chair dismissed it, so we're not even officially in a meeting anymore.
Thank you for making
Thank
sure
you,
I
Jerry.
am on the agenda. I was concerned about getting a huge bill. But I'm